Oh, wow, what? That came like a surprise. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Einstein Pong, a mechanical engineering student studying in Taylor's University, Malaysia. The pandemic situation in Malaysia is... I also believe that during hard times like this one, we also have unique opportunities. For me myself, I've been staying at home for almost 2 months now and never really go out. I do admit that it's actually getting me a little bit crazy, but I mean, crazy times like this, you can't really ask for more. My lips are getting quite dry. Let me just... yeah. Not a sponsored video, but I just enjoyed the product. So I haven't really been updating my new month newbie series. If you're new to this series, I'm trying to develop a new skill or a new habit every month for 1 year, which is this 2021. So for the past 2 months, I've actually been following the 80-hour work week. I actually teased about it during my midterm week videos, so the link is here, check it out. This whole 80-hour work week thing is inspired by, first, Malcolm Gladwell, and second, Elon Musk. Malcolm Gladwell, I was reading his book Outliers. So Malcolm Gladwell had the famous 10,000 hour rule. So basically, to master one thing, you need to spend around 10,000 hours in it. Heavily influenced by his book Outlier, it was my motivation for the past 2 months. The past 2 months was actually hectic for me academically because there's a lot of finals, there's projects. I actually made a Arduino smart vehicle. Check out the link above, the video is there. Malcolm Gladwell believes that to master one skill set, to be really good, you have to spend 10,000 hours into your craft. Elon Musk as well, he's my idol totally, aside from the memes. As we all know, Elon Musk is running a few civilization-changing companies like SpaceX, Tesla, and etc. So it got me really interested in how he managed to do all this with such a finite amount of time. Turns out that he actually works 80 hours a week, like that's like a lower minimum. What is an 80-hour work week? Let me do the quick math for you. Inside an 80-hour work week, you have to work 11.42857 hours a day. 2 months ago, I decided that this is the best time. The pandemic is the biggest opportunity to do this initiative. Why, you ask me? Because you can't go anywhere, you just stay at home, right? Although a lot of economical opportunities or the opportunity to meet friends decrease like dramatically, like these dongs, the biggest benefit is that the distraction is so much lesser. Just sit in front of your computer and start pouring your work in. And this was a distraction-free environment, the perfect time to do this. So right now I'll share how I manage my time for the past whole month. This time management method was heavily influenced by the time when I was working as a barista in my gap year. I used to work as a barista in 103 Coffee Workshop in Sri Petaling. Every worker there, they actually have a very unique shift system. There's a weekly schedule and a daily schedule. So for the weekly schedule, everyone has a 10-hour work shift with 1 hour break. For the daily schedule, they separate you into stations that you need to be at. After a super intense 10-hour work shift, that 1 hour of break time is... it's savior of life. It's like the best rest of your life. Where in the 1 hour you can do whatever you want. You want to sleep, you want to eat, whatever. For the daily shift itself, it actually gives a little bit more stimuli for all of us as the workers, because obviously different skill sets is required at different positions you are working on the day. Inspired from that framework, I took twists and make it to my own. If you watched my Why Do You Need an iPad video before, you actually had a glimpse of how I manage my time, which is using the Apple Calendar app as well as the Taskful app. I can't live without this too. So the calendar app is basically my 10-hour shift. Taskful will be the stimuli I needed for the daily motivation. So for the 12-hour shift, due to a little bit of inconsistency at the wake up time, I actually make it into phases instead. I normally break down my day into 3 sessions. The first session normally comes in 30 minutes after I wake up, where I chill a little bit, dress myself out and all that. The first session normally lasts around 3 hours, and the second session is after lunch. For this second session is where I get into the flow state and I get a lot of things done. And lastly at night, normally after dinner or all the way until like midnight, I have another productive session as well. So the morning session will be shorter, but normally the afternoon session will be 4 hours, and the midnight session will depend on how much can I still take in. The night to midnight session will at least be 4 hours, up to 5 to 6, I don't know. Part of the reason I decided to do this 80-hour work week is also because that my attention and time is finite, but I have too many things to focus. I have a YouTube channel to run, I have academics, and then I have a few projects that I can't really say out right now, but they are all ongoing at the same time. I do find myself running out of time to actually manage all of them, and that's why I sacrifice my sleep a little bit to attend to all of them. So the trick for this 80-hour work week to work, you make it into section by section and then have very powerful rest period. The rest period normally takes me like 1 hour, so I take 2 hours of rest a day. I normally use it to cook or have a bath. Then without you knowing, you're actually getting a lot of things done. For a daily schedule, that's the first thing I do on the task app every morning. It is important to make your day actually fun. Making yourself proactive to do the things you want to do. Taskful app to me is actually like listing out all the quests I need to fulfill in a day, and then it's like a RPG game where I just hit all the goals I set out in that app. Day by day, I actually get a lot of things done. So every day I have a checklist of things to do, of which field that I need to pay attention of, like engineering or like YouTube or projects or my Barista club. Normally what I will do is to set out some compulsory goals and some optional goals. Compulsory goals is like as it sounds, you have to finish it today. Optional goals will be limits, where I don't think I can hit it, but I will attempt to hit it. If I can manage to finish them, it will be a great thing to do, and maybe reward myself with a bit of coffee and all that. Alright, so after hearing my story here, will I recommend you to do this 80-hour work week? The answer is a mixed yes and no. Why no? Because if you can finish a job within 1 hour, don't prolong it into a 3 to 5 hour period. If you can finish it fast, finish it fast. You don't have to prolong the duration for the sake of prolonging it to hit a 12 hours work day, right? Okay, after the no, the yes. Why should you do this? Get a lot of things done and you have so much time during the pandemic. During this pandemic, you don't really have to go through all these traffic jams. You don't have to spend too much time on socials or going out for a drink or accidental events. All these sudden events that pop out in your life that takes up your time without you knowing, they are all gone during this pandemic. So you have a lot of time to yourself. You understand yourself a little bit more. You try to develop new skills. To me, as I build up my momentum, it gets easier and easier every day to just sit down and don't even realize, oh, 10 hours passed, just like that. During this period of time, I did a lot of research in terms of engineering, in terms of some content creating skill sets. I'm currently working on a few new skills as well. I won't say it out right now, but stay tuned. They will appear in my channel soon. When there wasn't a pandemic and we are forced to not stay at home, I didn't have that much time. A lot of times wasted on unnecessary things, but right now, you have all that to yourself. You just have to be disciplined and make decisions on the things that you want to work on, and you are good to go. This is the perfect opportunity to build up all these different things. Alright, I hope that either inspires you or anything. Alright, that is all folks. If you haven't already do it, subscribe button is down there, smash it. It will be fun to me buying some late coffees. And as always, Fleming out.